Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had this one for a bit. I didn't want to rush and make a video, but I also don't really need 20 minutes to cover it, so here's a quick take that took a while to get to. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this great discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk, let's get right into it.
Opening things up, our first reviewer gives us their take.
This reviewer had been eyeing this electric bike for ages and was super excited when they finally got it. Initially, the packaging seemed a bit off, like it had been opened before, but they brushed it aside in their eagerness. However, the excitement quickly faded when they started assembling it. Our reviewer found that the bike seemed to have been put together incorrectly at the factory. Wires were routed wrong, requiring some creative zip tie solutions. The kickstand was different from the one pictured, a less stable single-pole version instead of a two-sided one. Even the headlight was a different model, lacking the proper housing, although they managed to attach it somehow. This client felt like the bike was a Frankenstein creation, cobbled together from different parts. Things didn't quite fit right, and the assembly video was unhelpful, offering vague instructions like simply tighten the screw without providing useful guidance. The reviewer struggled for a long time just trying to adjust the brakes with inadequate tools and zero experience. The included toolkit was also a disappointment. Screws were over-tightened, the screwdriver was the wrong type and size, and there were extra Allen wrenches that didn't fit anything. There wasn't an instruction manual either, and loosening the basket supports and fender screws required serious hammering. It felt like someone had just randomly tightened screws without any real purpose. Despite the initial frustrations, this reviewer was still looking forward to riding it. They were disappointed that it didn't include the helmet or lock pictured, but realized that it was their mistake for not reading the description carefully. They conclude by saying that some fine-tuning is needed. Our reviewer rode it for a while after their initial review, and it did get better. They were able to ride with their children, though they do admit that if they had had a bigger budget they might have considered.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer absolutely loves this electric bike. The motor provides a fantastic assist, eliminating worries about tackling hills or venturing too far from home. For anyone who isn't in peak physical condition or is dealing with an injury, this bike takes away the anxiety and makes cycling enjoyable again. The bike feels sturdy and stable. While the included instructions make assembly a bit tricky, watching the online video makes the process much easier. That said, our reviewer had to make some adjustments during assembly. They needed to use an adhesive to keep the light securely attached, as the bolts tended to loosen with riding, causing the light to fall and rattle. Also, the front brakes needed professional attention, as they couldn't get them adjusted properly and they squeaked incessantly. The initial seat seemed comfortable at first, but after a few rides, this client decided to order a replacement directly from the manufacturer's website. They prefer this particular frame style, as it's easier on the back and allows for longer rides without discomfort. Battery care is crucial. By strictly following the instructions, the reviewer has experienced excellent battery performance and is even considering purchasing a second battery to extend the bike's range. This e-bike tackles hills with ease. While extremely steep inclines still require some effort, the gear system and motor assist prevent overexertion. On flat surfaces, our reviewer reached speeds of up to 20 mph and even faster downhill. They emphasize the importance of wearing a helmet, as those speeds can feel quite fast on a bike. The bike is undeniably heavy, particularly with the battery installed. The reviewer initially used a standard bike rack, but the bike's weight and the way it hung on the rack made them uncomfortable. They switched to a rack that supports the bike from underneath, which provides more stability and requires less lifting. Despite the weight, it contributes to the bike's overall synth.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer seems genuinely impressed with their recent purchase. They describe it as an excellent option for daily use, suitable for both quick errands and longer journeys where you might not want to cycle back. A standout feature, according to our reviewer, is its folding capability. The frame, handlebars, and pedals all collapse, allowing it to be stored in a surprisingly small space. They estimate it takes up less than 4 square feet when folded, making it perfect for apartments or smaller storage areas. Safety features were also a plus. This client mentions the integrated headlight, tail light, and brake lights, as well as a functional horn, all contributing to better visibility and safety on the road. While noting the presence of only one brake, they feel the disc brakes provide sufficient stopping power. The reviewer, a 33-year-old male, acknowledges that it's a bit on the heavier side, but doesn't consider it a significant drawback. Importantly, our reviewer seems to have experience with similar products, claiming to have purchased and returned 3 other models before finding this one. This echoes the high praise, implying that they found this product to be superior in quality and value. They also highlight the variable speed settings, which they appreciate as it makes the ride accessible and safe for less experienced users. So much so that their partner also enjoys riding it. They are even considering buying a second one, which speaks volumes about their overall satisfaction.
That's it for this one. If you found this helpful, tap that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Questions? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.